Just gonna show you guys how I edit a wedding film. So I edit in Premiere Pro CS6. And what I do is I make different sequences for the different parts of the day. So first we have the groom prep. Screw up this. I shot this on A6300 in 4K. So what I did was the clips that I really like, I pulled a track 2. So I really like these clips. So those are some of my favorite clips from Groom Prep. Got some more over here. Oh, I really like this shot. This was a pretty nice shot. He actually was really tall, so his head was actually the only thing I was getting in the mirror is his shoulders. So he's actually squatting down to get into the mirror. So it was pretty funny. Yeah, we were all laughing when we did that shot. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get a shot. So then bride prep, I had a second shooter, Alan. Check out my boy Alan. I'll plug his page. It's NOP Photography. He second shoots photography and video for us. So he shot this on the 5D Mark III. Got some detail shots. I pulled all the clips that I liked that he shot on track 2. Did the same thing. Some detail shots. Some makeup shots. Went close in with the macro. She was right. She wrote a letter. No, her vows. Bride's maid of honor helping her with the dress. So these are all my favorite clips from that. I think I came in right when she was, they were doing like a little reveal with her family. So that was his angle here. And then this is my angle for that same shot. I got her coming actually out the room. But if I could have did this, I kind of walked in right at the right when this actually was happening. I didn't really know what was going on. I just kind of walked in the room and this was happening. So I pressed the record button. If I could have did it all over again, I probably would have framed it up to where I could have saw both of them in the shot versus having to pan over. All right, Sarah, some ceremony detail shots. I pulled the best clips up here. And if you notice that I got all my different sequences color coded. So I do that so whenever I make my film, I'll go back and I'll color correct a clip from each different scene. And then I'll make an adjustment layer and I'll make that adjustment layer the same color. So when I make my film, all I have to do is match the green adjustment layer with the green clips and the orange adjustment layer with the orange clips, and pretty much my film will be done. This is the ceremony. They get a doc edit, so this is a full ceremony edit. I haven't actually went through the ceremony yet to figure out what part of the ceremony I want to put in the actual film. I know I want to get the part when he came down the aisle, when she came down the aisle, and there's a couple good parts for the pastor that I really want to use. And then I think I'm going to use the part where they read from the Quran, a little bit of that, and then I think a little bit of their vows. This is the portrait session. I shot this on the 6300. So we got some good shots here. Shot this on the crane. As you can see, it's really smooth. Look at this is a crane at 120. The A6300 on the crane at 120 frames per second. Whenever I'm shooting, my wife did the photography, so whenever I'm shooting, while the photographer's shooting, I normally put it into slow motion, and shots tend to come out better. And then when I actually just shoot them head on, sometimes I'll switch back to 24. Just depends on what I want. But as you can see, the crane is super smooth, and it's a lightweight package. And this is I think this is a behind the scenes of me shooting. Let me see. So that clip, that's me using the crane. And as you can see, it's just real smooth and it's lightweight. I used to use a DJI Ronin M, but this is just a lot lighter, smaller, and I literally put it in my over-the-shoulder bag, and I can just use it whenever I can use it any part of the day versus having to carry around a Ronin M. Some detailed shots of the reception, like this. The purple lighting is really nice. I can't remember at the time right now who the planner and designer was, but I'll definitely plug that in the video. But the decorations were really nice. This is a formal dances. This is all edited already because they get the doc edit, so they get all the dances. So we lit this up with the Aputure 120 BT and also the Praclite 602. I really like both of those lights. The Aputure light is more powerful, so I definitely use that for toast. Like at the actual speaker, I really like the CO2 because it's smaller, it's portable, it's bi-color. So I can do a lot more stuff with it without having to add gels and stuff like that. And we like shooting with the lights because we can get shots like this. You get that flare. I'll typically try to put a couple, I'll get at an angle to where they're in front of the light so you can get that flare. And just get a nice little backlight. I think that's the CO2, and then I think we have the Aputure on this other corner of the dance floor. So you just gotta adjust your settings accordingly depending on which side you're shooting from. So that's the formal dances. This is the toast. This is with the Aputure 120 BT, the tungsten version. They also now have a daylight version. So as you can see, like this really basically just throws a lot of nice light on the person giving the toast. And then we'll typically try to have the venue turn the lights down at the reception. And what happens is when you turn the lights down, then you see all this nice, pretty uplighting. And then we just light the person giving the speech up. And then also now that I'm using the 6300, now I have the 6500, I can use face detection to make sure it's just focused directly on his face. And that makes it really easy when the background is darker and only the light is on the person giving the speech. Basically, the camera doesn't have to think about what's to be in focus. And we also use the Shure microphone. That's the UR2 and UR5. So let you see what it sounds like.
She knew I didn't have any family here, So every single time I went to sing, Doreen would show up and she would drag her sisters along on occasion.
I'm getting a couple drop frames, but it has color correction
No matter who was
adjustment later on.
So that I knew I had family there, and her favorite song.
So that's the toast. So this is the cake cutting. For this, I'll take the 602. I have it on a cheetah stand, and I'll lift it up to illuminate the area that we're gonna shoot the cake. And the reason why we do this is we're doing photo and video. So now, not only does the photographer not have to use flash, but the photographer, us, my wife, which is the photographer, and me doing video, and we have second shooters, all four of us can work off of the same light versus the photographer's popping flash, me using a constant light. It just makes it a lot easier when we're doing both, because now we can light it up, and we both kind of already know what the plan is and how we're going to light everything throughout the day. Because see, like if we do use flash throughout the whole cake cutting, you're just gonna see that flash popping off through the whole thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you know, we just want to really give ours a professional look to it, to make it look like a movie. And you would never see flashes and stuff like that going off in the movie, but we just want to try to deliver a product that really makes them feel like they're the star for the day. See, look at that constant light. I mean, that's the 120. And you can see he's blocking the light now, but when he comes down, look at how it looks. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then this is show you another angle. We multicam everything with pluralized 4. Sync it all up. So now go to this angle. Here's another angle. Look at this bridesmaid. All right, got some dancing footage. A lot of this dancing footage is shot on the A6300 with the crane gimbal, and just look how smooth this stuff is. So this is super smooth. All right, this is some behind the scene clips using a crane gimbal. See how smooth that is. My brother was using it, checking it out. He films as well. Kind of like this shot. I'm gonna export it out. So now let's get into the actual edit. So what I did was I have clips from each part of the day, the best clips that I like. They're all color coordinated. You see, I got the groom prep, bride prep, ceremony detail shots, portrait session, reception details, the garter toss, garden bouquet, dancing footage, that's the formal dances. What I'm going to do here is actually move this around. Try to put this stuff in order whenever got my best clips. And then for the toast, these are gonna be the clips I'm gonna use for the toast.
Sister, you've been on my mind, oh, sister, we're two of a kind, so, sister, I'm keeping my eye on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? I'm something. I hope you think that you're something too.
All right. So these are all the different parts of the toast that I like. You know, but I'm gonna just cut it. I'm gonna keep cutting it down to the best of the best from the toast. We're delivering about 3 to 5, anywhere from 3 to 5 minute films. But we really want to make it the best of the best stuff, so that 5 minutes feels like a lifetime. So right here, I'm probably gonna start her singing right here.
I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues, oh sister.
Yeah, I think that will work. So I'm gonna delete that out. And they do get the doc edit, so they'll see all of this in full. But this is just, I'm working on their film now. So I've already got all the doc edits done. They'll get all that in full. All right, then let's skip over here.
This moment is a forever moment. You don't live in the right now. You understood that it was going to be once and forever. And so you waited for that once and forever.
So if you guys look at this right here, you know, we really, really try to make it like a movie. And you're gonna get those multi-cams, those different angles of the same action, and that's what really gives it a movie feel. So we have one angle of the speaker, a second angle of the speaker. This here is a bride and groom angle. And then we also have another angle of one of my guys getting reaction shots. So we got 4 camera angles going on currently for one moment. You know, it only happens one time. So I really like that.
The first time I was introduced to Doreen, my uncle had called me on the phone and he said, hey, come meet me in Durham. And if you know my uncle, he don't never really tell you what he wants until you get there. All right, so I said, all right. So I get to Durham, I call him back. He said, well, meet me at CVS. Pull up to the CVS. And he hop out the car and he come get inside the car. He said, you see that over there? I said, where? I look over in the car and he said, that there? That's your auntie, boy. I said, okay.
So that was great. I think this wedding actually had some of the best speeches we've had. Shows a lot of emotion, a lot of good reactions because it's funny, emotional. And this is what we're looking for when we're making films. We want to look for people laughing, people crying. You know, the emotion. A wedding day is like a roller coaster. You know, you're happy, you're sad. Not really sad, but you're happy. People talk about, you know, your ups and your downs. Talk about the loved ones that aren't there. So, you know, a lot of times you get some crying, some happy tears and some crying tears, sad tears. We want it all, you know.
Congratulations to both of you. And I know it's been a lot.
Delete that.
I know it's been a lot of work put into this, but I feel I had the hardest job that anybody could have in this. Because I had to give away a diamond. You just don't give, you know.
All right.
And through the years that we used to sit around and talk, the girls and I never knew I had a nickname behind my back. Come to find out, I was the hatchet man. Well, the young dudes come around, if they didn't respect the house, they didn't respect my daughters, I had to cut them loose. You know, you gotta go. But I said that to say this. Ed, I'm retired, but the hatchet ain't retired yet.
So I really like this part of the dad's speech. I mean, I kind of like this part too.
I know it's been a lot of work put into this, but I feel I had the hardest job that anybody could have in this. Because I had to give away a diamond. You just don't give it, you know.
Stop holding your hand. I'll never stop opening your.
We're gonna try to use this song. What I want to start off first with is probably the bridesmaid singing. I think that's a good opening to the film. I know a lot of films you'll see like opening up with the drone shots, establishing shots, shots of the water, shots of the flowers, shots like that. But I typically like to open up with audio, something that a lot of our couples always say that I'll ask our couples what do they like about our films, and they'll say we love the way it looks, the lighting's really good, and we love the way it sounds. So when we're booking our couples, we keep that in mind. Everybody that's previously booked us always says they love the way it sounds and love the way it looks. So me starting with audio, not only am I getting an amazing image, but I'm also showing them how our films are going to sound. So we always try to at least start with some audio, if it's from the vows, the ceremony, toast, but I like to start with audio straight out the gate to go ahead and establish the story. So let's start here.
I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? I'm something. I hope you think that you're something too.
So I like that. So I think I might just leave that a cappella in the beginning, and then bring in the song, so I can go ahead and then establish. Well, I mean, you know who the bride and groom is, but then I can show some shots of them. What I think that marker is where the beat starts at. Yes. So I'm gonna slide that over. Let me see if I can cut this sooner. So yeah, let me see where I want to cut this up. Maybe right there. I'm gonna cut that there. Right.
This is my love song to you.
I think I'm gonna start with groom prep. Let me take and drag this.
This is my love song to you.
So, like that beat.
Let every woman know I'm yours. Let every woman know I'm yours. So you can fall asleep each night. Let every woman know I'm yours.
All right. So, what I do is when I make my best clips, I already put them in order of how they need to be placed in the film. So, let's see if this works.
Let every woman know I'm
Right before that. Get that. I need to learn all my shortcuts. Right.
This is my love song to you.
That beat was off a little bit.
To you.
I think it's right there. Open this up.
Song to you. How
Right.
know I'm dreaming of you more. Dreaming of you more.
Shot's a little shaky. Stand focus right there. Might can work.
Know I'm dreaming of you more. I'm dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. More. I'm dreaming of. No, I'm dreaming of you more.
That's weird. This shit, Anita. Is it speed? There's no reason why that shouldn't have worked. Properties. Sequence settings. Yeah. So what did it say? And speed can't be used on the same clip. It doesn't have speed on it. I guess because of this clip. Shit. I don't know what I just did. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying speed's been used on this. That is the weirdest thing. I'm just nested.
No, I'm dreaming of you. More. You're always hoping more. Of you more. Of you more.
Alright, let's see what we got over here. Probably gonna leave in with that close shot.
Always hoping that we made. You always. Oh, you're always hoping that we made.
Alright. I'm gonna save this for her vows. I'll delete that for now. And since we're kind of already on her face, I want to stick on her face versus going down there. We'll do this. So I think I'm gonna do this. I might can bring this over here. It was a gift that he gave her. So I am going to do that. I'm just blend it into the makeup shot.
Oh, you're always hoping that we made. Oh, you're always.
Didn't like that. I'm just gonna get rid of that.
You're always hoping that we may.
I think we are going to put a transition here.
I'm dreaming of you more.
This moment is a forever moment. You don't live in the right now. You understood that it was going to be once and forever. And so you waited for that once and forever. The right now. You understood that it was going to be once and forever. And so you waited for that once and forever. Waited for that once and forever. It was going to be once and forever. And so you waited for that once and forever.
The first time I was introduced to Doreen, my uncle had called me on the phone, and he said, "Hey, come meet me in Durham." And if you know my uncle, he don't never really tell you what he wants until you get there. All right, so I said, all right. So I get to Durham, I call him back. He said, "Meet me at CBS." Pull up to the CBS. And he hopped out the car, and he come get inside the car. He said, "You see that over there?" I said, "Where?" I look over in the car. He said, "That there, that's your auntie."
That's really need to come down the hour there.
I hope you think that you're something too.
This is my love song to you. Let every woman know I'm yours, so you can fall asleep. Know I'm yours, so you can fall asleep each night, babe. And know I'm dreaming of you more. You're always hoping that we
Shot is too short.
of you more. You're always hoping that we make it. You always wanna keep my gaze, but you're the only one I see. And that's the one thing that won't change. I will never stop trying. I will never stop watching as you leave. I will never stop losing my breath every time I see you looking back at me. And I will never stop holding your hand. I will never stop opening your door. I will never stop choosing you, babe. I will never get used to you.
This moment is a forever moment. You don't live in the right now. You understood that it was going to be once and forever. And so you waited for that once and forever.
The first time I was introduced to Doreen, my uncle had called me on the phone. And he said, hey, come meet me in Durham. And if you know my uncle, he don't never really tell you until you get there. All right, so I said, all right. So I get to Durham, I call him back. He said, meet me at CBS. Pull up to the CBS. He hopped out the car, he get inside the car. He said, you see that over there? I said, wait. I'm gonna go in the car. He said, that's your auntie.
Those valves are really good. I like the whole thing. I'm gonna just leave it in there. Probably just have to extend this song a couple more times. We'll get all the audio right, and then we'll overlay some B-roll of them writing those vowels.